and thanks for joining me for the second week of Eat Smart, Live Strong. My name is Rita, and I'm a health educator with the Oakland County Health Department, here to bring you your second lesson in this 4-week series. In today's video, we're going to start with our recipe card. Then we're going to do some exercises before we get into the material. So without further ado, let's talk about this week's healthy recipe. Huevos rancheros con salsa. Today's healthy recipe is huevos rancheros with fresh salsa, a great way to add some vegetables into your breakfast. For the recipe, you will need 4 6-inch corn tortillas, a half a tablespoon of vegetable oil, a cup and a half of egg substitute, or you can scramble your own eggs, 2 tablespoons of shredded cheese, 2 cups of fresh salsa, and black pepper to taste, as well as non-stick cooking spray. You're going to preheat your oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Lightly brush tortilla with oil on both sides. Place on a baking sheet. Bake for 5 to 10 minutes or until tortillas are crisp around the edges. Remove from the oven and set aside. Spray a large skillet with non-stick cooking spray. Cook eggs in the skillet over medium heat for 2 to 3 minutes until eggs are thoroughly cooked. Place equal amounts of egg on each tortilla. Top with a half tablespoon of cheese. Place under the broiler for about 2 minutes until cheese is melted. Spoon a half a cup of fresh salsa over each tortilla and top with black ground pepper. Serve warm. I hope that healthy breakfast recipe piqued your interest. Breakfast is a very important meal of the day. What better way to start off your fruit and vegetable consumption than to slide some into your breakfast meal? Salsa on breakfast? Who would have known? But it tastes great. Now, time to really get your blood flowing and your energy up. Stand up, stretch, shake out, and get ready for this week's exercises. Begin your exercise session by taking 5 deep breaths, in through your nose and out through your mouth. It is important to keep breathing deeply throughout the exercise session. Stand behind the chair, holding its back with both hands. Lift straight up, rising onto toes. Hold this position for 5 seconds. Lower to a resting position with heels on the floor. Repeat 10 times. Stand behind chair, holding its back with one hand. Keeping back and both legs straight, slowly lift the right leg 6 to 10 inches out to the side. Hold right leg out for 10 seconds. Repeat 5 times. Stand facing the wall with arms extended and palms flat on the wall. Keeping body straight, lean towards the wall, bringing face close to wall. Push against the wall to return to a standing position. Repeat 10 times. Sit up straight in a chair with arms crossed over chest. Lean forward until crossed arms make contact with or as close as possible to the thighs. Return to a straight seated position. Repeat 10 times. Woo! Those exercises get better and better every week. Now, you can sit back, relax, grab a drink of water after your great exercises. Now we're going to move into reviewing the recommended behaviors that we introduced last week. These are the things that we're going to continue to work on through the rest of the sessions. So why are these benefits important? The benefits of eating at least 3.5 cups of fruits and vegetables every day include to help prevent or delay the effects of chronic diseases such as obesity, hypertension, and heart disease, to maintain strong and healthy bones, to get some vitamins, minerals, and fiber needed to maintain good health, to maintain regularity, and to add color, taste, and variety to your diet. Benefits of participating in at least 30 minutes of physical activity on most days includes helping to prevent or delay the effects of chronic disease, to feel better throughout the day, decrease stress, anxiety, and mild depression, to help build and maintain healthy bones, muscles, and joints, to improve strength, to increase balance and reduce the risk of falls, and to help improve sleep habits. Now that we reviewed the recommended behaviors, I want to check in on how you did with your goals. Take a minute to look at where you wrote down what your goals were for last week. Did you reach them? If you did, great! That's great progress in moving forward to some sustainable lifestyle changes. If you didn't quite meet the mark, that's okay. We're going to discuss today some challenges and solutions to maintaining your proper fruit and vegetable consumption and physical activity level. It's not as easy as it is for some as it is for others, and that's okay. We're going to go over all of that information so that you know, even though you didn't make it this week, maybe we can figure out a way to make it next week. Okay, so let's talk about some potential challenges and solutions that you might run into when it comes to fruit and vegetable consumption. Some things that we often hear are grocery shopping is physically difficult for me, or I can't get to the store to buy fruits and vegetables. This could be for lots of different reasons: transportation issues, issues with maybe just going into the grocery store due to anxiety of the current state of events, or anything like that could cause that. Physical difficulty could be due to health issues or prior injuries. Some things that we can use to overcome those and create solutions for challenges are to ask a friend or relative to help you with shopping. This person can either go to the store for you if you provide them with a list, or maybe they'll just accompany you to make you feel more comfortable with shopping, to help you reach things on the shelves, or just to make the experience overall easier for you. Most stores that you go to have scooters. If physically walking is difficult for you, use a scooter to get around the store. And then if you need help, asking a store associate to reach things on the shelf or to help you put your bags in the car. There are several grocery delivery services available that can deliver groceries directly to your home. You can have a friend, family member help you utilize an app on your phone to order these grocery delivery services. But just as an FYI, most of them do come with a fee. Although it's a great service, there is an expense. Another way to access fruits and vegetables outside of just going to your regular grocery store is to utilize community gardens or pantries that may be more accessible. The grocery store might be 2 miles away and is not reasonable to walk to, but you never know. There might be a community garden right on the corner, or a local church a few blocks away that has a pantry. We'll talk more in lesson 4 about what is available in the Pontiac community. More challenges. I have health problems and can't eat many fruits and vegetables. It's too hard for me to prepare fruits and vegetables due to my health. Fruits and vegetables give me stomach problems. Or fruits and vegetables are too hard to chew. It's important that when you have issues related to health that you think might affect your ability to maintain adequate fruit and vegetable consumptions, that you talk to your healthcare providers. Doctors, nurses, and especially nutritionists are knowledgeable about what fruits and vegetables are okay to eat with whatever condition that you may have. If you're having difficulty with preparing fruits and vegetables due to any physical limitation, buy things that don't require chopping or cutting. You can buy fruits like strawberries or grapes that you don't have to do anything to but wash them before you eat them. There are cherry tomatoes instead of larger tomatoes that might require slicing. You can buy things pre-chopped. Onions, green peppers, celery, carrots commonly come pre-chopped in the grocery store in the produce section. If you're having issues with stomach problems, try a variety of different fruits and vegetables in small quantities to see which ones don't cause stomach discomfort. If they're too hard to chew, you can cook vegetables longer, making them softer to eat. You can choose softer fruits like pears and bananas. And I would encourage you to talk to your dentist about why you're having difficulty chewing your fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables can be expensive when purchased out of season. Fruits and vegetables cost too much. Fruits and vegetables spoil too easily. Fruits and vegetables can be expensive, especially when they're fresh. So purchasing in season can be really key. After this, I will share with you a resource that shows you what fruits and vegetables are in season in the state of Michigan and when. This will help you choose lower cost options as comparison to things that might be out of season. If fresh fruits and vegetables are costing too much, you can use alternatives like purchasing frozen or canned. Just keep in mind that if you're purchasing in this way, for fruits, you want to choose things that are in 100% juice or in water. And for vegetables, you want to make sure they're low sodium. Anything that you buy frozen or canned have preservatives on them in order for them to come in that form. So it's also important that before you consume them, that you just run them through a strainer and rinse them off. That way we can get as much of those things off of the fruit and vegetables to make them as healthy as possible. You can also use community gardens or pantries. These things are usually low cost or free in communities and still have great options for fresh produce. In regards to fresh fruits and vegetables spoiling too easy, you can purchase single serving packages like fruit cups. They also have vegetable cups and just use them one at a time to cook. There's also a technique that you can use to prepare your fresh produce that makes it last longer. You can just take a little bit of cool water, put it into your clean sink in your kitchen, add a little bit of vinegar, mix that together, and then put all of your fruits and vegetables in there at one time. Let it sit for about 20 minutes. After that, if you move the produce to the side, you'll start to see that all of the dirt has fallen to the bottom of the sink. Then your fruits and vegetables last longer using this technique, and you can just go in the refrigerator and grab them because they've already been cleaned. Take a minute to review these in-season produce lists for the state of Michigan. Notice that most things are only available in the summer months. That's because of our climate here. But just because it isn't in season in Michigan doesn't mean that it isn't in season in other states, which still might make the fruits and vegetables available at a reasonable price point. Now, let's talk about challenges and solutions to physical activity. We often hear, I don't know if I'm healthy enough to do it, or I have physical limitations, which is completely understandable. And we always want to work with people where they are. Some things aren't for everybody, but there's always something that you can do to try to improve your physical activity level. Start out slowly and increase the effort level over time. Once something gets easier for you, push yourself to challenge yourself a little more and go to the next level. It's really important to stretch before and after exercising to avoid soreness later. Keep in mind that more physical activity will help lessen those physical limitations. So right now, you might find it difficult to walk to the mailbox. But if you keep trying, if you keep stretching, do some exercises in the home, you might not only be able to walk to the mailbox, but to the park or to the store. Keep pushing yourself, and we can help expand those physical limitations just by doing some regular physical activity. It's also really important to invest in a good pair of shoes. Your feet are the foundation for everything you do physically. So if you have a good pair of shoes that are comfortable, that will help you be able to be more successful in exercising and increasing physical activity. Some other challenges are, I don't have the time. I simply don't like to exercise. I don't know how to properly exercise. There is no convenient, safe place for me to walk or do exercise. And classes, memberships, and equipment just cost too much. So, for those that say that they don't have time or they don't like to exercise, I would encourage you to find ways to make exercising a social event. Choose something fun like dancing or activities with grandchildren. There are a lot of grandparents who spend a lot of their time being caregivers for their grandchildren, so it's sometimes hard to find the time, but find out what they're doing to keep active and see if it's something that you guys can do together. You can also build your exercise into normal daily activities like cleaning or shopping. Are you standing at the sink doing dishes or at the stove cooking? Maybe you can fit some leg lifts into that, or walk in place while you're doing them. When you're at the grocery store, maybe instead of parking all the way at the front in the closest space you can find, you can park towards the back of the parking lot to give yourself a few more steps than you would have normally had in your day. There's no convenient, safe place for me to walk or do exercise. We understand that not everybody's neighborhood or workplace is a place where they feel comfortable going outside to do exercises and walking around and making sure that they're maintaining safety. You can do things like walk at an indoor mall, or maybe go to a popular public space like a park or a high school and use the track to walk around in an area where it's open and you feel comfortable. You can also utilize senior discounts and free community classes. The Pontiac community is full of classes and resources for the senior community where they can work out together indoors safely and at a free or low cost. Now that we've discussed some challenges and identified potential solutions to them, let's make some more solid commitments on what things that we will work on doing for the next week and even after that. From this list of solutions, Let's see, is there at least one thing that you can commit to, such as shopping with a friend or neighbor, use a community van service, talk with your healthcare provider, buy fruits and vegetables that don't require cutting or chopping, buy frozen or canned fruits and vegetables. Be sure that every meal has at least one fruit or vegetable. Cook vegetables longer so that they're softer or easier to eat. Make an appointment to see your dentist. None of these feel like things that you can commit to? That's fine. Come up with your own, and we can talk about it later. Let's also establish some commitments in regards to physical activity. How about this list? Find an exercise buddy. Park the car farther from the store or office. Dance around your house. Don't forget to do fun stuff with those grandkids. Invest in a good pair of supportive shoes. Talk with your healthcare provider. Call your local community center or senior center to ask about classes. Sign up for a low-cost exercise class. Step up my pace when I have to walk somewhere. You can also choose your own commitments, like adding in exercise to your everyday life while you're cooking or while you're cleaning. This is a smart card. Please feel free to screenshot this really important tool that can be helpful about starting the conversation with your healthcare provider at your next visit. On this document or on a separate sheet of paper, you can write down what things that you'd like to specifically ask the doctor. Let them know that you're making an effort to eat at least 3.5 cups of fruits and vegetables every day, and that you have some questions. Ask them how you would benefit from eating at least 3.5 cups of fruits and vegetables every day. We've discussed so much information already in this 4-week series, but it's always helpful to hear things from your healthcare provider. You can also ask them, are there any fruits and vegetables that I should avoid? Which ones? And it's also important to know why. Some fruits and vegetables have vitamins or ingredients that are not as healthy for certain health conditions. And the only way to really be sure about that is to have the conversation with your healthcare provider. This is the smart card for physical activity. Let them know that you're also trying to participate in at least 30 minutes of physical activity on most days. Ask them how you would benefit. And ask them if there's any precautions that you should take or any activities that you should avoid. It's really important to know your limitations and to keep your healthcare provider informed about the decisions that you're making to improve your health. So, we're almost to the end of the lesson. And just like last week, we're going to take some time to set our goals. Keep in mind, the recommended goals are to eat at least 3.5 cups of fruits and vegetables every day, and to participate in at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity on most days. How many cups of fruits and vegetables will you commit to eating every day for this week's personal goal? And at least how many minutes of moderate intensity physical activity are you going to get on how many days of the week? Take a moment to think about that, and we'll follow up and discuss what your goals are later. If you'd like to break it down day by day, feel free to screenshot or make a copy of this helpful chart. So, in this week's lesson, we started off by reviewing a healthy recipe for breakfast, huevos rancheros with salsa. I hope that you get a chance to try it out. Next, we went over some easy exercises that you could build into your day. After that, we talked about some challenges and potential solutions to things that might occur when trying to make a positive lifestyle change. We'll talk about that more because it's really important to know how to break down your barriers when you're trying to make change. After that, we discussed what is your commitment, followed by reviewing a SMART card, which is a great tool to take with you to your healthcare provider to have conversations about lifestyle change. Thank you so much for watching the second video in Eat Smart, Live Strong. Again, my name is Rita, and I'll see you guys next week.